Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Natalia, and in today's video, I just wanted to be super chill and chat with you guys about my Invisalign. Also, just want to rep the t-shirt. I did get to go see J Balvin. He was awesome, and love the Vibras Tour tee. This is one of the unofficial ones that they were selling outside because ain't nobody spending $35 on a t-shirt. So as I said, I do want to talk to you guys today about my Invisalign. I'm currently on my 13th tray, which is insane that I'm already in the double digits. If you saw my first video when I first got Invisalign, I did mention that I have 80 trays. That is a lot. 80 trays. Yes, you heard me. I didn't really know much in that video. It was kind of like more thrown together and just my really early experience with Invisalign, and now 3 months into it, I do have to say that I've learned so much and I'm way more used to it now. I feel like that lisp has gone away for the most part, except for when I change trays. Maybe like the first day or so I have a little lisp, but nothing crazy. I just wanted to chat with you guys a little bit about that, as well as mention some of my essentials that I always bring with me so that this mouth can stay nice and fresh and situated, okay? Okay. So one big difference between this video and my last video is that now I actually have attachments on my teeth. What happened was they just gave me the trays for the first week, and then the next week I had to go back and get the attachments put in. One thing about the attachments, when I first got them, that first night was so hard because okay, so basically I didn't get to film it or anything, but they open your mouth and they have like this thing keeping your mouth open, and they glue on these pieces onto your teeth. The attachments that I have up top, and then I have 2 more down here on the bottom, and the rest are on the inside of my mouth. So when they first put the attachments in, after I was done, he asked me to put the trays back on, and I had such a hard time, so he actually did it for me. Now when I got home and I was hungry and I needed to eat, oh my gosh, you guys, no lie, I cried like a legit baby because it took me literally like an hour to take them off. It was so painful. They hurt so bad. They felt so tight, and it was miserable. And then by the time I got them off, when I went to eat, it was so hard to chew because these are glued like buttons onto your teeth. So they kind of feel like extra teeth in a weird way, but it was so hard to chew because every time I bit down, I could feel the attachments touching before my teeth actually clenched down to bite. And on top of that, for the first couple of days, like I could still kind of taste the glue residue in my mouth, and it was just awful. And then to put them back on was a whole other situation, like another hour basically to put them on. It was horrible. It did take about like a week or so for me, or not even a week, actually I'm lying. It only took me like 4 days or so to get used to snapping them in and taking them out quickly, to where I wasn't there for 30 minutes just trying to take them out and then there for another 30 minutes trying to put them back in. That part I did get used to relatively quickly. The thing that took a lot more time to get used to was the biting and the chewing, because like I said, I could feel the attachments touching before my teeth, and it was awful, and I was just worried that things were getting stuck in my teeth, and they do. It was just a lot, and I was not a fan at first. I was miserable, but now I do have to say 3 months after getting them, I'm pretty much used to them. Even when I have them off, it just feels kind of normal. It does, in the beginning, my tongue did get kind of cut a little bit because the attachments were a little sharp. So that was the only thing, but now I think they've smoothed down a lot and my mouth is pretty much used to the whole thing, so it's not a big deal anymore. One thing I will recommend, and if you are planning on getting Invisalign and you've done research, then I think almost everyone says this, is that it's super important to change your trays at night because they are very tight, so your mouth can get really sore. And what I do sometimes, not all the time, not gonna lie, is like I'll take an Advil or something before going to bed just to ease that pain. I don't have any trouble sleeping, thankfully. I've heard that some people have like a really bad time sleeping whenever they change into a new tray. Thankfully, it hasn't been that bad for me, but I do feel like the soreness, and when I take them off to eat, my teeth are really sensitive and I can feel like the soreness. One thing that has been really hard for me is the no drinking anything but water while I have them in. And I've gotta admit, I have not been following that rule so much. I'll tell you what the moment was where I decided, F this, I need to find a straw and just do it, is when I went to Las Vegas. And if you've been to Vegas, obviously there's tons to do. There's lots of, you know, going out, hanging out, you know, being by the pool and all that stuff. I was on vacation, and for the first like 2, maybe even 3 days of the trip, I was taking them off to drink and eat, of course. You always take them off to eat, but I was taking them off to drink and then putting them back on. One day I went like hours without having them on, which is so bad because you're supposed to keep them for the ideal amount of time is 22 hours. You want to make sure that you leave them in. I don't want to have any more than 80 trays. I don't want to have it on any longer than 1.5 years. So the time, I think that I've gotten a lot better at. It was so hard to like, you know, take them off, eat, then have to go brush, then have to floss, and then, you know, put them back in. But now, especially since I'm in the mentality that I want this to go as quickly as possible, I need to stay with it. And so my theory, don't follow me, but this is my theory. It's better that I have them on and still not feel like I can't live my life the way that I want to. Now, what I would do is when I drink with them, like if I'm drinking, you know, Sprite, or if I'm drinking white wine, I want to make sure to have a straw at least 95% of the time whatever I drink. I make sure that I like go to the bathroom, take them off, and rinse them, and then I clean them every morning. I'll show you what I use to clean them, but you want to make sure that you rinse them because a lot of those things like sodas and juices and stuff have lots of sugar. And one thing I did notice, super gross, super TMI, but the sugar really can build up. Like, they're not lying when they say that. So needless to say, my experience of Invisalign so far has been super interesting. But for now, let's get into the things that I use, the essentials for me, basically. And the first one I want to discuss is what I use to clean my Invisalign. I clean my Invisalign every morning. So after I brush my teeth, I clean my trays, which is super important. If you're sleeping, obviously you have morning breath, there's bacteria, germs. You want to get all that stuff out and keep your mouth as fresh as possible. I've seen like so many things on what you can use to clean your trays. People use like those denture cleanser things, those little tablets that you toss in water and you let them soak. I've never tried that. What I use is this Dial 2-in-1 moisturizing and antibacterial foaming hand wash. I like this one a lot. This is the Pearl Essence scent, but it's honestly not really strong at all. It's a clear one, so it's gonna help prevent staining on the trays. And all I do is, like I said, turn the water to cold. I pump 1 pump of this in my hand. It is foaming, so it comes out like a foam. I grab my toothbrush. I use a different toothbrush. I grab my toothbrush and I'll just, you know, swirl it in and then start cleaning my trays. My trays feel really clean. They smell good. I really like this. This is only the second bottle that I bought and I haven't even opened it yet. I've used the first one since I got my Invisalign 3 months ago because you really only need a pump. Since it's foaming, it lasts a long time, so you really only need a pump to scrub all the gook and all the nastiness away. So love that. Now getting into essentials that I keep in my bag. This is my little tray bag. This is an Ipsy bag. If you guys sign up for Ipsy, then you know that they send you all these cute little pouches, and I think they're perfect for carrying your essentials with you. In here, of course, I keep my Invisalign tray. I only got 1 tray. I know people get 2, like they get the blue and the red one. I have no idea why I didn't get the red one. I just keep this with me at all times. This is where you store your trays whenever you take them out. You never want to put them in a napkin or anything. One, you know, just germ-wise, it's not really sanitary. Two, you don't want to accidentally throw them away or lose them. Here, you always know where they are. And here, of course, I keep a toothbrush. I like these travel size ones that just open up. You can find these any drugstore, any travel size toothbrush, of course. What I use to floss, I don't bring actual floss with me. I prefer using these super slip floss ups. This is just the Walgreens brand one, and they look like this. And I like these just because it's really easy, especially like if I'm at work or, you know, I'm out somewhere. It's just easy to use. And then on the bottom, you have like the little pointy side so you can really get in there. I really like these. I like that at Duane Reade or Walgreens, they usually always have like buy two, get one free. So I stock up on these. Next, for toothpaste, I really like the Crest, what is this? Complete whitening scope. I just prefer this toothpaste. This is what I use at home, this is what I use on the go, and so I always make sure that I have a tiny one in here so that I can always brush my teeth. Now, one thing that I don't have right now, but you should also bring with you, is mouthwash. Right now I'm at home and I'll get some for during the week, but I have mouthwash in my office at work, so you always want to rinse your mouth, of course, after brushing. Another thing that I take, or the last thing, is these Icebreakers mints. This is the spearmint one, and these, more importantly, are the sugar-free ones, so these I can actually pop in when I have my trays on. I just get paranoid. Of course, you have something in your mouth, you want to make sure your breath is always nice and fresh. And since you can't chew gum, I can't chew gum ever. I just feel like not dealing with it, especially with these attachments in my mouth. I haven't chewed gum at all since I got Invisalign, so the mints are a must for me. And I like these because you just pop them right in and everything is good to go. That's it for my Invisalign 3-month update. I hope that this video was somewhat helpful. If you guys are interested in getting Invisalign, or you have Invisalign, you're just starting or just thinking about it, then I hope that this video did help you. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you did, as well as subscribe for more videos, Invisalign, makeup, music, Puerto Rican stuff, Latin stuff, you know, you get it all on my channel, okay? As well as hit that notification bell so that you guys are notified every single time I post a video. And that's that. That's that. You know what I mean? Bye.